Have you ever felt exhausted, waiting for your partner to change? I mean, you keep praying, you keep hoping, communicating, and giving chances, and yet nothing seems different. And deep down within you, you're beginning to wonder, how much longer can I keep doing this? Because it's frustrating. Yeah, have you found yourself doing that? Recently, I shared a video about how difficult change can be for anyone, especially when someone has been deeply rooted in certain habits for years. And in this case, I'm referring to bad habits because they are also good habits. And after that video, someone asked a very important question. And the person asked and said, what about the partner who is hurting because the other partner refused to change? And honestly, that is a real painful place to be. Yes, very, very painful. Um, so first of all, if you are in that situation, I want to say that I am truly sorry that you find yourself in such a situation. I understand how frustrating, how emotional draining, and heartbreaking it can feel when you have waited for so long to see change, but nothing seems to happen because no different. Sometimes you begin to feel unseen, to feel unheard, and even hopeless in your own marriage. But let me ask you this question. Is this behavior you're complaining about something new? Or has it always been part of your partner's life? And the reason is that because habits that have existed for years often take time. It takes intentionality and grace to overcome. And if this has always been part of your partner's lifestyle, then you may need to understand that real change is usually a process and not an overnight event. And why you're waiting, and why waiting can also be painful. I would encourage you not to stop praying for your partner. Why? Because true transformation starts from within, like I said in my previous video. People do not genuinely change because they are constantly nagged, pressured, or forced. Real change happens when a person personally decides to change. But now, you may already realize that complaints alone cannot transform anyone. I'm sure you can say that from experience. But there's another question I want to ask you, and I want you to honestly reflect on the question. Is there something your partner has also been asking you to change? Because many times we focus so much on the areas where others are failing that we overlook the areas that we are also failing. So we also need to grow in some certain areas. Sometimes the change we desire in our relationship may begin with us. We need to be honest. Your willingness to grow, for instance, willingness to listen, to communicate better, or become more intentional can inspire your partner to do the same. And this is important because change is not about gender. A husband can be the first to start to make the change. A wife can also be the one to take the first step in changing in their own areas of shortcomings. What matter is maturity, humility, and willingness to become better for the sake of the relationship. Yeah, someone has to be courageous enough to start the process. However, I also need to say this very clearly. If the issue is abuse, I mean physical abuse now, or emotional abuse, or maybe your life is being threatened, your peace is threatened, your safety or your mental health is threatened, please do not ignore it. Yes, love should never require you to remain in danger, not at all. So, in situations like this, creating distance may be necessary while seeking help. Mhm. And separation for safety or healing is not the same as divorce. I hope you know that. Yeah, sometimes distance creates room for reflection. It creates room for both of you to reflect. It also creates room for accountability, for healing, for appreciation. That's when you begin to appreciate each other. And please, do not be afraid to seek help. Counseling, for instance, mentorship, therapy, spiritual guidance, or trusted support system can make a huge difference in your life and in your marriage. But both people in that marriage must be willing to acknowledge their actions and make adjustments because healthy relationship grows when two people are willing to learn, they are willing to improve and accommodate each other with love, with patience, and with understanding. And if you are listening to me right now, you're feeling tired, discouraged, emotionally drained. Please, I want to encourage you with this. Do not lose hope. Change is possible. Yes, very, very possible. But it often requires grace. It requires wisdom. It requires patience. It requires accountability and willingness from both you and your partner. Yes. And sometimes the first step towards healing begin when one person decides to grow, and that person can be you. Okay? Is that area that your partner is also complaining about? Can you please grow in that area? Yes, and see what will happen over time. Okay? Please. I just want you to be patient with each other. Okay? Thank you so much, and God bless you.